Will Donald Trump, pissed that his Matt Gaetz Attorney General nomination is going down in flames because these pesky little sex and rape and sex trafficking charges just won't go away no matter how hard Gaetz and Trump try, will he double down and just elevate Aileen Cannon, the judge in the Mar-a-Lago case who bent over backwards to help Donald Trump, elevate her to the Department of Justice's highest position as Attorney General? Or will he just use his former criminal defense lawyer, Todd Blanche, for that role? I'm Michael Popok. I'm at The Intersection. I'm on the MeidasTouch Network and on Legal AF. Let's talk about what happens next if the Matt Gaetz nomination gets pulled, yanked, or he doesn't get confirmed because of the swirling controversy that's just getting worse by the hour against Matt Gaetz. So bad that he and Donald Trump are both making phone calls themselves to try to extort, twist arms, and get Matt Gaetz through a Senate confirmation hearing against at least 12 different Republican senators who are voicing objection. And so now all eyes are turning on who would be the replacement. Now, one of the things I speculated is the reason Donald Trump had nominated immediately the Deputy Attorney General as Todd Blanche, his lead criminal defense lawyer, who has got the credentials, at least was a U.S. attorney. I don't like his politics much, but, you know, he was successful for Donald Trump. And Todd Blanche's law partner, Emile Bove, to the two other top positions in the Attorney General, was in case the head got lopped off of Matt Gaetz, he could just move up and slide up Todd Blanche. However, we know that Donald Trump doesn't like the fact that his nominee is not being accepted. He wanted to troll America. He wanted to troll the Democrats with the pick of Matt Gaetz, who was this close to being indicted by the Department of Justice as a criminal to be the head law enforcement and legal officer in America. So what is a good way for Donald Trump once he's rejected, this gambit is rejected? What is his plan B? I thought it was Todd Blanche, but his plan B could be going back to Aileen Cannon, the judge in Florida in Mar-a-Lago that dismissed the Mar-a-Lago case against him, put the criminal matter out of its misery after spending 2 years torturing the Department of Justice and siding with Donald Trump at every turn. Is her reward now to be the Attorney General after Matt Gaetz gets fried? I had at first speculated that she would be on the short list for a top job with Donald Trump. He's already filled all of his top jobs in the law side, none of them with women, by the way, all of them with men. His criminal defense team, all men. You know, none of the big four cabinet positions, which are considered Treasury, Secretary of State, Department of Defense, and Attorney General, none of them currently are women. They're all guys. They're all men. The women have been relegated to Tulsi Gabbard, Intelligence Director, which is actually the number 2 job for intelligence, the CIA Director position going to John Ratliff, who is a man, of course, and Kristi Noem. She gets Homeland Security, but the big 4 prizes, none of them went to women. It's not the only people that have been left out. None of them have gone to people of color. None of them have gone to black people or brown people or Jewish people or except for state, went to a Cuban American in Marco Rubio. Back to Aileen Cannon for a minute. The reason I'm now thinking that she could be the replacement candidate is because it's a further troll and mind F for Donald Trump to play on the American people and the Democrats in particular. He's always wanted her to be elevated, I think, to the United States Supreme Court as a reward for what she did. She is a Federalist, right-wing, Leonard Leo, Federalist Society special. I'm sure he's whispering in Donald Trump's ear about rewarding her. And don't forget, or I'll tell you straight here, 2 weeks ago, we had a fake leak from the transition team, mainly on the hand of Boris Epshteyn, who had Aileen Cannon as the first or second choice for Attorney General. And Matt Gaetz wasn't even on that list. Now, apparently, Boris Epshteyn is the reason Matt Gaetz was actually picked. And his list was sort of tossed over for a moment. Forget everything you know about fasting. Prolon by El Nutra is the only patented fasting mimicking diet that combines the benefits of prolonged fasting with a science-backed nutrition plan so you can hit your health and weight loss goals without actually having to give up all food. Introducing Prolon, a revolutionary plant-based nutrition program that nourishes the body while making cells believe they're fasting. Researched and developed for decades at the University of Southern California Longevity Institute and backed by leading U.S. medical centers, Prolon helps promote healthy blood sugar, support cardiovascular health, and reduce abdominal fat. But Prolon isn't a diet. Prolon is science. Science based on Nobel Prize-winning discoveries in medicine. It all starts with Prolon's 5-day program. Snacks, soups, and beverages, all designed to keep your body in a fasting state. It's unlike anything you've ever experienced. I did the 5-day program, and I feel so much better. Prolon really isn't like any other diet I've tried, and that's because it's not a diet. It truly is science. It was so convenient, they sent me everything I needed all in one box. It's no wonder why thousands of doctors now recommend Prolon to support healthy blood sugar and cardiovascular health. Right now, Prolon is offering Legal AF listeners 15% off their 5-day nutrition program. Go to prolonlife.com/legalaf. That's PROLON life.com/legalaf for this special offer. That's prolonlife.com/legalaf. There was a plane ride that Susie Wiles, the White House chief of staff wannabe, I'm not sure she actually gets this job, but she's been nominated for it, wasn't on the plane. Donald Trump was alone with Boris Epshteyn and other. By the time the plane landed, they had landed on Matt Gaetz. And Susie Wiles had to clean up behind the elephant on that pick ever since. So Boris has a lot of sway over Donald Trump. He put together the original criminal defense team of Todd Blanche and Emil Bove and John Sauer. Those guys all got the top 3 jobs now in the Department of Justice and Solicitor General's office. And we have that original list by Boris Epshteyn with Aileen Cannon at the top, right? And so it seems like almost a natural fit for Donald Trump to get back at everybody and retaliate for having Matt Gaetz yanked by saying, you don't like Gaetz? Well, it's going to be Aileen Cannon then. I've said it in the last year that she looks like she's auditioning for either something in the Trump administration, maybe the Attorney General, or she leaves her lifetime appointment as a federal judge at a relatively young age and goes off and makes millions of dollars in MAGA law firms representing other MAGA. I did not think she was long for her federal judgeship. It is not uncommon, especially in Miami and in the Southern District of Florida, having practiced there for 30 years, it's not uncommon for young federal judges to leave the bench to pursue higher and more well-paying positions. There's a number of judges that fit that bill in Miami that are now partners in major law firms, having been a federal judge for 3 or 4 or 5 years. And I saw Aileen Cannon doing that, especially since she really burned all her bridges, according to reporting, with the other judges of the Southern District of Florida who think that she has disgraced the reputation of the Southern District of Florida, that she thumbed her nose at the chief judge, Judge Altanaga, didn't follow her guidance to step off the case. So she doesn't have a lot of friends among her colleagues in the Southern District. And I think she's sort of tapped out. Could Donald Trump put her on the 11th Circuit? Sure. But I think she's got higher ambition than that. She doesn't want to be in Fort Pierce, Florida. She wants to be in the Attorney General's office. And Donald Trump may want to groom her for that, to get her, Donald Trump likes grooming women, to get her over to the Supreme Court should there be an opening there. Now, I don't think the opening is going to be Alito or Thomas. They're not dumb enough to leave while the going is good, especially now, and they're considered the crown princes of the Federalist Society. They wouldn't give up their junkets and $1 million travel around the country and the world now. Now they just got everything they wanted. They're not ready to leave yet. So I don't think they're going to be pushed out the door that fast. But there likely is another opening, and he could either store Aileen Cannon for now in the Attorney General position and then elevate her over to the Supreme Court. That's happened. Versions of that have happened before. So I'm back to thinking it could be Aileen Cannon, not Todd Blanche, supported by somebody that knows what they're doing, like Todd Blanche, who would effectively be the acting Attorney General for her. But I think we need to keep a close eye on that. And I only know one place to do that. MeidasTouch and Legal AF. We're together again here on the MeidasTouch Network and on Legal AF, our exclusive YouTube channel. Free subscribe to Legal AF MTN, where I sit at the intersection of law and politics along with a lot of other collaborators and bring it to you straight right here on the Legal AF YouTube channel as well. So until my next podcast, the Legal AF podcast, on the MeidasTouch Network, or the Legal AF YouTube channel. I'm Michael Popok, and I am reporting. In collaboration with the MeidasTouch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories at the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal AF MTN. That's at Legal AF MTN.